All right. This is, sorry about that. This is Ralene Berry of RaleneCreates, and I am on today with my dear friend, and we are truly excited to have our first live together. And our topic today is about being in control. Kasha?
Hi everyone, so I'm Kasha. I'm Plannerista101. Me and Raylene were able to connect over the planner group we were in together, and ever since then we became Planner Besties. It was just meant to be. It was just
Yeah.
meant to be.
It was weird because we've been in multiple groups and it just kind of worked its way out. And so I want to take this time and welcome Sin and Angie. Welcome to the chat with us. We thank you so much for joining us. We kind of thought about this for a while, and the two of us are alike in so many ways, and we might want to talk about that, girlfriend.
Yes, that actually goes back to control. Both of us are perfectionists.
Perfectionists, yes.
And kind of, not to use the word, but almost anal about things. And I know that in group stuff has came back, and I've been like, oh, that's not up to my standard.
Yes.
And I know that Raylene felt the same way. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my soul sister.
Yeah, we're alike. We're perfectionists. We love flowers in our spreads, and so there's so much that we have in common, and we work well together. We kind of. So I really like that. So this whole thing about being in control was really funny. So I believe, Kasha, it was your idea about the control, right?
Yes. So I was going through the funny holidays list because I have multiple planners, and one of my planners keeps all of these like very funny holidays in a perpetual calendar. And I message Raylene and I go, we should do a girl in control. There's a whole control day. Like, this is you and me to the dot. We have to do this. And she's like, I agree. And that's how all of this started. So we decided to create our own challenge for the week of March 30th. And it's going to go through April 5th. It's going to be called You're in Control.
Right.
So it actually, funny thing happened because with all of this coronavirus and everything, we didn't anticipate this when we were planning this.
No.
But kind of just happened to be kind of perfect because a lot of people feel so chaotic and so out of control that I think this will be a good kind of check back to see what control means to you. What are you able to control? What affects your control? Because those are the triggers kind of that absolutely get you out of whack, and you're
that's true. It's so funny because it is very timely, Kasha, because when we came up with this idea, it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And
no, it was over a month ago.
It was over a month
February.
ago. Okay, exactly. And so we had no idea all of this stuff was going to be, you have two control freaks, two control freaks in an environment with so many things we can't control. I got an idea, but Kasha, I want to let you start first. How do you control things that you can't control?
So the easiest way to control things that you cannot control is to let them go, which is not easy. But you have to kind of ask yourself, what can I do? And the only thing you can control is your response to those things.
That's right. Yes,
and the way you respond is the only control that you have, and that actually shows people what kind of person you are.
Yes. And that's a hard lesson for me, especially as a perfectionist. And I have to do self-talk to remind myself that's outside of your control. You can't control that. Stay in your lane. I say that all the time. Stay in your lane, Raylene. It don't always work, but at least set the boundaries for it.
I mean, can you imagine if we didn't even try? What kind of disaster that would be?
Yes. You know, and I'm gonna kind of throw something out there. I know that I've had relationships where trying to be in control of everything has impacted that has impacted relationships. And so there's a lot of growth in recognizing what you can and cannot control. Would you agree?
Of course, and it's not just romantic relationships,
Yes.
but it's
work.
friendships and
Yes.
work
Yes.
and all those things. Like I know for you, it's congregation. And
yes, church.
yeah. So and I have a large family, and it certainly has affected family because my mom is a lot like me in that regard, where she's a control freak.
Yeah.
So we often butt heads, and that's not the best to everyone. And then
Right.
you just need to pick your battles and only fight for what you truly believe.
Yes. Now it's so funny that you use the word "pick your battles." Okay, and everyone knows that I'm a preacher, and she and I, we kind of Kasha and I always kind of, we have great balance between the two of us. But I tell my team, I work for a seminary, Kasha, and I'm always telling them, guys, pick your battle. Sometimes we get an email and I'm like, they're like, well, why are they doing this? Why is this? And I'm like, okay, guys, pick your battle. So I find myself, Miss Control Freak, trying to help with it. But I didn't used to be like that. What about you? I mean, I'm growing. I had to admit.
So I think I've been like this for a very, very, very long time. And again, I think it's your role models, right? Because if you grew up with somebody who's a control freak in a home, and you see that works, and then that their life has some kind of balance, I think you're going to gravitate towards that as well yourself, because obviously you want to have success and kind of orderly life, because all of us want that. But with that being said, we have to remember on the impact of mental health of all of this.
Yes. That was another commonality between the two of us. We're really big on mental health, and we're very big on wellness. We have that in common. Do you remember that?
Yes. I mean, you came up with our first challenge together. I came up with the first one. I proposed we do challenges, and then you did the second one, and we both kind of took the lead, and that's when we knew that
we knew we were like, we're really big. And Kasha, I'm very, very transparent. I've dealt with depression a lot, and I believe that part of my depression was about things that I couldn't control. And so wellness and mental health is just huge for me, because and people don't want to say that they got issues or whatever else, but I'm not afraid to say it, because
honestly, I think that's changing. I think more and more people are open about their mental health and their struggles, because if you can help one person or even impact a single person with what you're going through, that's already worth opening up.
Exactly. Sen said that mental health can cause problems galore. And I agree. It impacts in so many things. The first step, though, with mental health is acknowledging you got an issue. So when we tie that to a planner, I plan my mental health issues. And I won't say issues, my wellness in my planner. I write about how I'm feeling. What's something that was happening that impacted me. That way I'm getting it out and dealing with it. Kasha, how do you use your planner?
So I actually have two separate things to help me with my mental health. I have a wellness planner where I track my foods and my meals and my moods and symptoms and vitamins, exercise. So like anything pertaining to soul and body. And then I have a horizontal planner that I journal in, and every meltdown goes in there, because once you kind of write these things down, you realize, oh my gosh, I am obsessing over something that is not in my control, or I'm obsessing about something so little that doesn't really affect me in many ways, as I am trying to almost overwhelm myself with sensation of this.
Right. And that is so vital for everything that we do. I saw a comment a few minutes ago from Angie, who said that being stuck at home has impacted her mental health. I'm working through that one. And so how about yourself, Kasha?
So I was at work until yesterday. Today is my first day of being at home. And my state, so I'm in Illinois, we just went on official lockdown. And I think I am a very, very big extrovert. I will talk to anybody, anywhere.
Yeah.
I make friends in Starbucks line.
Ah.
I'm one of those.
Yeah, me
so
too.
Not having that social. Yeah, because we're the same person in two different bodies.
Like we be waving at the postman. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I just gave postman like a water bottle and something. He was bringing my mail. And he goes, "You're the most friendly person ever." I'm like, "Yep." I'm like, "You're my only human interaction today."
Yeah.
So I actually live alone, and it's gonna have a pretty big impact on me, I believe. Unfortunately, my boyfriend has been down with symptoms for a week, so we can't visit each other, because otherwise we would have been going through this quarantine together. But we can't, so I'm gonna have to kind of live through it. The other day I had a conversation on the phone with him, and I'm actually planning some phone dates.
Yes, that's wise.
So if you guys are alone like me, get yourself a dinner, get yourself a glass of wine, get yourself some people on camera, and have almost like a social gathering on the phone, because what else can you do?
Well, it sounds like you have to be intentional. That's my word for the year. You got to be intentional in everything that we do. And Angie, I'm kind of responding to you because you ask, talking about being stuck at home. Personally, I'm stuck at home, and I'm like Kasha. I'm used to being with other people, but I'm using tools like YouTube and Instagram and Facebook or FaceTime to spend time with people so that I'm not isolated. I do live alone as well, and so I just had the dog, and the dog's about to drive me nuts. And we gotta find those ways to connect to people. Like right now, Angie and Sin are on, and they're chatting with us. These are ways to connect to other people, to find the fun things. And I write that in my planner. I'm going to meet with Kasha today.
Yes, I do too. I put live with Raylene. It's like, of course, this is, and even when you're stuck at home and you have nothing to put in your planner, I think I'm going to make a video about this, because you can put the stuff that you're watching on Netflix. You can put what you're cooking. You can put what you're cleaning. You can put your plans for organizing. You can put all the phone calls that you're checking on your loved ones. Like, there's so much to put in your planner. And I know a lot of you struggle because you're like, oh, those are not real plans. Right now, this is your real life, and those are your real plans. You are concerned with your family members, and you're checking on them. That's a plan.
That is a plan. And it is so true. I mean, I write everything down. I see Angie said that I journal a little every day in my wellness planner. Don't make it so legalistic. That's the other thing. If you make it a ritual that, oh, I got to do this, then you're adding more stress to your scenario. Use it as an outlet, a fun place to do. Like Kasha, I'm dating right now, but as trying to be intentional with spending time with one another so that I don't feel isolated. We have a standing date from 6 to 8. My time, which is 7 to 9 his time, and we stick to that. And it's a date. It's in my planner. I'm writing it down, and we're intentional about our time together, and we don't let anybody interrupt it. It's like, okay, this is our time. And I still haven't gotten him technical enough to do the video thing so we can see each other and do the date, Kasha. That'll come. We're control freaks, but we got to have time with it. We got to take time with it.
And we got to have willing participants.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my boyfriend actually hates talking on the phone, but he's sacrificing himself to do this.
Right.
Because he's like, oh, I should come and visit you. If you're sick, drop out. I'm like, you're sick.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
So
it's so funny. Kasha, I'm gonna tell you something real funny about me, and I don't know if I've shared this before, but I don't like talking on the phone either. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. Can't stand it. I talk all day long. I am RaleneSpeaks. So RaleneSpeaks is always doing something, you know. So when it comes to the phone, I ain't got time for it because I feel like there's a lot of empty spaces. Like, oh, you know, you and I are dialoguing. We got something to talk about. Some people call and like, well, oh, okay. Well, I'll talk to you later. I ain't got time for that. Text me that next time.
Let me give you a trick for those people. Because I am a control freak. Really? Oh my gosh, that is so interesting. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, didn't you say just okay? And they're like, what? I'm like, oh my gosh, you're not paying attention to the conversation? Yeah. My heart is broken. Goodbye. They will never do this.
Now I know that the next time you and I are talking, I'm like, girlfriend, you better pay attention to me.
Yeah. I actually am very intentional when I'm on the phone.
See,
I give you my undivided attention.
Right. And that's what I do too.
If you took the time out of your day to actually call me, you deserve that undivided attention.
Right. And that's what I am. I used to talk to people on the phone and they're talking to their kids, yelling at folks. If I can't sit down and have a conversation with you, I don't want to do that. I know that's a control thing. That's a control thing of ours, but I don't want to do that. And so I will wait until I have time. That's why when my friend said, let's talk from 6 to 8, I'm good. Okay, I schedule everything around that. And then I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and just me and him talking, you know, but I don't like to have to talk to multiple people at once. Now, will I text you? Yes, I'll text 100 people at one time and get back and forth. And this is like great, you know, and that's my way. And I'm laughing because Sin and Angie are talking over here, but that's what my way of handling my anxiety. You know, because I know the things that make me anxious and make me stressed out. So I'm like, how do I manage it? Well, I had a friend a few minutes ago FaceTime me and I was half asleep and I woke up and I saw this FaceTime and I'm like, dude, I can't do that. Setting boundaries is so vital because and it's okay to set boundaries.
You have to set, otherwise people will walk all over you. You can't let them do that. I mean, being a control freak is another thing, but I think with you and me, Raylene, is also we are right now girls, aren't we?
Right.
If somebody asks you to do something,
we do it right now.
Tomorrow.
Yes.
It's not going to be done 2 days from now. It's going to be done right now.
Now, we also have something else in common. We both have health challenges. And I believe those health challenges makes us right now girls. Don't you think so?
No, because even when I was young, I was always a right now girl. So that came with the control. I think the right now thing comes with the control because what if tomorrow you're not able to control and you won't complete this?
Right. Yes. And that's what has always been my challenge. I went through therapy several years ago. And one of the things is that she had asked me was, what if what you're trying to control today isn't important tomorrow? And I didn't like that.
So I'll give you, all of you who are listening right now, a very, very cool tip. If you're worried about something and it's out of your control, ask yourself, will it impact my life in 5 minutes?
In 5 minutes, exactly.
If the answer is yes, keep asking yourself, how about 5 hours? Yes. How about 5 days? If it's yes, keep asking. 5 weeks, 5 months. If it's 5 months,
yes,
it's semi-serious, so you should really think about it. But if it truly impacts your life and it's going to make a difference in 5 years, those are the questions that we really, really have to think about and really, really wonder about those decisions that we're making. Everything else, it's going to have a short-term impact. And maybe the wrong door is actually the right path.
Correct. And you know, that's so important. I mean, I have grandchildren and I had to put things in perspective because I'd be working on something and they come in and talk to me and I say, not now. But I realize they are important. And so what I'm doing right now, using the questions that you just had, can I get to it later when they sleep? or can I do this when they watching TV? So I learned that because you get back and you'll look back and you'll have these regrets because you didn't spend enough time with them or whatever else. And so that is so vital.
Yeah, because when it comes to jobs, we're all replaceable. If you're gone tomorrow, they're going to find somebody else to replace you.
Yes, they will. Yes,
if you're gone out of your family and you haven't spent time with them, what kind of memories do they have of you?
Right. Now, I didn't like that as a control freak. I didn't like to hear that they could replace me as soon as they did. I mean, that was a hard lesson to learn, but I had to learn it, you know. Kasha, I got a question for you. I shared something with you. It was I cannot control meme that I saw on Instagram. And it's in relationship to the virus. And it lists some of the things that we can control and we cannot control in relationship to what's going on around us. And I kind of wanted us to share that because in light of what's going on around us, maybe it'll help somebody. Do you have that in front of you as well?
So I actually, because I have our live in here, but let me pull this up. Yep.
Yeah.
So actually, we'll show all of you what this looks like. It's on my iPad.
Yes, that is so cool. I cannot control. And then inside of the circle, it tells you what you can control.
Yeah.
And so if you work on the I cannot control things, I'll talk about the control things if you want to go that way.
Yeah, we can. I mean, and even with this list, there's so much more things there we cannot control. But it says if others follow the rules of social distancing, of course not. But if
you can't control it.
If somebody is a close stalker, remember, take a couple steps back because that will happen for sure. We have some of those. And then we can't control action of others. We already talked about that. Yes. Unfortunately. Yes. And that's not just with the coronavirus. That's with
everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I
want to go back for a second. The following the actions of others in social distancing. In the grocery store day before yesterday, a lady touched me on the shoulder. I didn't freak out. I'm not worried about it. And so she freaked out. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do it. And so I was worried because she was freaking out. I wasn't worried about nothing, but I can't control her actions. All I can say was, ma'am, it's okay. It's okay. And she says, but I'm supposed to respect your space. And I said, we're good. We're good. You know, so comfort people, but don't let that control you. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No. But going back to this, but also if this happens, also don't make them feel like it's okay to do it to others.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so and it's great that she caught herself, but I just didn't want her to freak out about it because you could tell she was a nervous wreck. I don't know if she thought I was going to be upset or something too.
Well, you have to remember that with all of those regulations that they're now releasing, like this is a very, very, very contagious disease that we're catching. Mm-hmm. I mean, this poor cab driver was driving this individual in New York for 8 minutes, and he came down with symptoms 2 days later.
Right.
So it is, I mean, you do have to respect boundaries of others, and if they step out of the boundary, don't make them feel like it's like, do not enable them.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Tell them it's okay, but tell them that they need to still keep their distance. So be like, it's okay, but stay the 6 feet away.
Yeah. Angie, I agree. The anxiety, I too was fine until I had to go to the grocery store. And then, and I didn't want to go. I really didn't, but I didn't know how long this was going to last. I better go get a little something. And my anxiety, I'll tell you the funny thing about the anxiety, because I text my daughter about it, was because I'm walking around and I've been fine as long as I was in the house. And then all of a sudden I felt itchy, so I don't know, that was more my anxiety. And I'm like, okay, get what you need to get out of the store and go home, so we need to talk about that. We need to talk about it. And I'm glad we're able to talk about this in this group. Now, there's another boundary thing, and we'll get back to this image here. about respecting people's boundaries about the amount of information we give. I don't like news. Okay.
I mean, the funny one here is the amount of toilet paper at the store. Like, okay. Why are people panicking with toilet paper? And especially that they say, please do not exceed a 30-day amount of supplies. So because you have to respect others as well. Like you're not the only human. I understand you're trying to help yourself and your family, but please remember other human beings. Like they exist too.
Yeah, I had a friend call me and say, "Girl, you got some toilet paper?" Yeah, I mean, I'm one of them that always bought toilet paper at the big box stores. So I'm a single woman and I got 3 cases because I bought them last year. They're gonna last me for the rest of the year. It's just me. And so it's like, I'm not gonna go to the store and add to that when I already have it. And I only buy it when it was on sale. If it goes on sale, I'm gonna buy some. You know, the same thing with my paper towels. And so I'm like, I'm not going to go to the store and buy more toilet paper. So we can't control the amount of toilet paper at the store, nor we can't control how we respond.
Or any of the supplies, period.
Because any of the supplies. Chicken.
Hand sanitizers. Did you guys see that there was this company on Amazon that was charging $700 per hand sanitizer?
Yeah, I saw that.
And now they're being prosecuted for being immoral, which I agree with. So that's, I mean, you can't really react. We don't know how long this is going to last. So you can't really control how you're going to react. You can control how you're going to react to this, but you can't really control how long it's going to last. So just do your best. Don't panic. Take precautions.
We can also control our attitude.
We can. If you see the silver lining in everything.
Well, that's unfortunately what I do. And it gets me in trouble. I mean, people don't want to hear it from me, but I'm a preacher. And so I'm like, God is working it all for the good. And they're like, what good do you see? I'm at home. I don't have to go to work. I'm not using any gas. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of all these good things. And
I'm not eating out.
I'm not eating out. Exactly.
Hey, guess what? We have all this extra time to play with planners.
Exactly. I got all these videos that I need to edit. I got time now. I can have fun time with my friends. I'm looking for all of these good things.
Cleaning. Like your home will be as clean as ever.
No, I ain't say all that. No.
Well, mine is. I'm gonna redo my closet.
Probably. I mean, I've done the cleaning, but I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm not messing anything up. And it's a lot of good things that I've been seeing and I've been enjoying, and so and I'm tracking it in my planner, all those good things.
And then think about this: how many friends and family has reached out to you to make sure you're okay? Just that fact, it's such a good fact that you know that you have people who are backing you up and that love you and that you have them in your life. Because if nothing was going on, they might have said hi, but they might have not. But now everybody who you care about and who cares about you, everybody's checking in, especially to 2 women who are living alone. Yes,
exactly. Yeah, I mean, I got a text message from my pastor today. Hey, I'm thinking about you. I'm praying for you. Come on, bro. Thank you. Yeah, Kasha, they're kind of blasting you, my friend. They say you might not be eating out, but you're hitting the craft stores. They already know you, Kasha.
Nope, I actually have everything from this release that I need.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be planning. I'm going to be actually destashing some things.
Well, don't forget me when you destash.
I actually need to send you some Fate stuff because I definitely need to do that.
Yeah.
And then I just think that I really was thinking about hitting the stores, but do I want to put myself at risk and all those other people at risk? Is it really worth it? This can wait. This is nothing urgent. I have enough to actually play with for a couple years if they lock us down. Okay.
Right. Exactly. Well, you know, it's so funny, Kasha. I was binge watching you and Miranda last night. I got another two that I'm gonna watch. Two groups that I'm watching tonight. And so you and Miranda made me mad because all y'all videos was flip throughs, and I'm trying to, no, I'm not doing a flip through. No, I ain't gonna do that flip through. And I was like, and then so I had to skip over and watch certain videos that you had done. And then I get in the middle of it, and even though I didn't see the flip through, you show me these flowers. I'm like, I want that book.
But that's an older one. That's the bloom box, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the bloom box, but I ain't buy that one either.
So when they said that they're coming out with bloom box, I'm like, holy smokes, this is me.
I wanted it. I just didn't do it.
But then they came out with the modern farmhouse, and I am obsessed with this book. You guys, I flip through it every single day.
Okay, Sin, you said don't forget me either. What? Oh, are you hitting the store, Sin?
No, she's saying destashing.
Oh, destashing. Oh, don't forget her. Okay.
I got her.
Oh, you got it. I got a destash too, but I got tons of scrapbooking stuff. And if you see my last video, you'll see that I did. I'm using a lot of my scrapbooking supplies because I got all this stuff. I've been scrapbooking for 30 some years. And it's like, I got stickers that I need to pull out.
Do you have a whole room of stuff?
Huh?
Do you have a whole room of stuff? Just like...
Yes, there's a room. Okay. It's a room. And so, yes. And so I'm just like, oh my God, I got to start using this stuff. Okay, she says, no, been grieving this week. What's going on, Sin?
Oh, yeah,
talk to us.
Cindy. And how can we help?
Yes. And so we wait for that. But yeah, the other thing that I wanted to say about what we can't control is, and us as content creators, we're kind of like leery of saying this, but limit your social media. If it's inundating you with too much information, no. I'm trying to do it right, you know, but stay to the groups. You know, I keep scrolling. I have the gift of scroll. Oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to. Planner babes. Okay, I want to look at that. So have the gifts of scroll.
So obviously, I have my personal Instagram and then my Plannerista101 Instagram. I don't even go on my personal one. I don't even want to know what's going on in the world. Okay. I'm tired of this COVID-19.
Right.
I'm tired of this people with the toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly. I'm tired of hearing it and all the jokes. Well, Sin, I send my prayers to you in the loss of your sister, and especially suddenly. And I know that in the midst of all of this, that it's got to be a difficult and a challenging time for you. So you take care of yourself and find yourself in the midst of all of this, Sin. And we don't ever want to make light of any of this. And we truly, truly appreciate you here in the planner community. That's one of the blessings of the planner community. Wouldn't you agree, Kasha?
Yeah, of course. And, you know, with Planner Babes, supporting Planner Babes and all of the, like, even they made even stickers just for us, right?
Yes.
With all of this support, women supporting women and babes supporting babes. So, Sin, we're here for you, Cindy. Yes. And really, if you need anything, if you need somebody to talk to, if you need somebody to kind of reach out, please let us know. We're here for you. We're here for everyone, really. Yes. Because, like I said, the planner group that we're in actually has quite a bit of things going on, and just seeing these women support each other is so
amazing. Yes. Yes.
So and maybe there is a support group that you can join to kind of help you get through this too, because I have not lost a sibling, so I have no idea what you're going through. I can't even probably imagine the sadness that you're going through. But I have lost other people in my life who are very important to me. And just that is very, very sad. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, maybe if we can do anything for you, please let us know.
Yes. And I am I have lost siblings and my parents. So, and I have a grief ministry. If there's anything that I can do in any way, reach out to me. I don't have it to put on the screen, but Ralene at RaleneSpeaks.com is my email. And if I can just give you a word of encouragement, I'd be more than happy to. We're here for one another, that's for sure. And we're coming down to the end of our time, so I just wanted to make sure that Kasha, you can go ahead and close. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Sin, I just wanted to tell you too that memory keeping might help just to keep those memories beautiful, and it's gonna keep your hand and mind busy. But this way, you're kind of stuck on the positive things with your sister instead of what has been going on in the last week and her passing and so on. So maybe that will help as well. So crafting does have a power of healing.
Yes, it's very therapeutic.
It does.
It does. It does. And in the light of all of this that is going on, make sure you, I see you're talking about your boys, stay close to them and continue to see the positive. A lot of people say, well, oh, how do we see positive in death? You look for the other things. You remember all the good things that you had with her and focus on that. And like Kasha said, use your planner and memory planning to spend time being in control. And before we go, Kasha's going to tell you about this challenge.
So I just wanted to talk about this challenge really quickly. And this is just hosted by Ralene and myself. We don't have any other groups involved in this. And it is called You're in Control Challenge. And what it's going to be is basically whatever control means to you, you're going to create a spread. So whether mine, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to have a whole lot of checklists because that's what keeps me in control. If I have a checklist and it's on paper and I know I won't forget it, that actually helps me stay in control. So whatever that might be to you, whether that's checklists like me or having stickers all over the place that calm you down and that makes you in control, whether that's meal prepping lists for yourself, whether that's family time that you could do, like any of this stuff that that makes you feel like you're being centered, because control is about being centered, that you're not out of whack pretty much. That's what control means to you. And if you want to write, Raylene, close your ears right now. If you want to write swear words in your planner, because that helps you stay in control, go ahead and do that.
Yeah. But see, the fun thing about being at home by myself, nobody's judging me. I can cuss all I want. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but
I know. But yeah, that's the fun thing. You can do whatever you want because it's your planner. And so, but yeah.
And if you forget to eat, put a reminder on your phone. I have reminders for myself at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., and 6 p.m. for my meals.
I have that too. And the other thing about, before I started planning, I was a lister because I did traveling notebooks and everything. And listers got a list, and I got a list for everything. If you look around my house, I got a list for something, and that's how I stay in control.
A list for my list.
Where that list is, and that list, and whatever else. And so, I mean, you got a list, and so we definitely. Meal planning, especially in the light of what we're going through. Plan those meals out so you don't cook things that you shouldn't be cooking or overcooking or undercooking. Plan it out and share with us. It doesn't have to be that week's plan. It could be just a list that you want to share with us.
Yeah.
And then one thing that I want to tell you is you want to definitely follow us and see what we do over because we're going to be doing this on our channels, and on our channels you'll see what it means to each one of us. I probably will do a couple videos around the same topic, so you definitely want to check us out and share with others, and we appreciate you. And one of the things I just want to say, we appreciate you.
We do.
Each and every one of you. those that are live or those that might join later.
Yep. We do appreciate all of you, and I say this on my videos all the time, but whenever I see my subscriber list go up, I am like, my heart just sinks, because that means whatever I'm doing, other people are enjoying it and actually want to be a part of it. So thank you so much for doing that as well. And
Yes.
Angie, we're not doing this as for the love of planners. We're actually just doing this as our individual selves, as Planner Besties.
Yes.
We had another challenge that we did. You guys can go and take a look. We did a collaboration for Royal Christmas.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So let us clarify. Kasha and I were friends way before For the Lover Planners started. We started, we were in a Travelers Planner group, and then we started doing challenges and things like that. So we've been doing that for a while, and we want to continue to do that. We're also a part of For the Love of Planners, and yes, Tamara is a part of that as well. And so there's a ton of us that are a part of For the Love of Planners, but we're all kind of still doing our own little projects, you know. And this is a project that Kasha and I have said we were going to do. So you'll probably see on a regular basis us doing lives, doing things that are just the two of us, and then you'll see us doing it as the bigger group. And so we just thank you for following the two of us, at least, as well as the group. But we always want to promote the group, though. And that's why I put up on the screen a minute ago about For the Love of Planners, because we're about promoting each other. And I really love that. And everyone in the group is about promoting each other. I'm sorry, Kasha.
And like I said, that everybody in all of the groups are so kind to each other. Yes. And I am beyond blessed I found this community, and I didn't get into some other drama community, right? Because these women truly do support and love each other and care about each other and are there for each other. But don't get me wrong, there's some bad apples, and those bad apples come out pretty quickly.
Yes.
Because when people are genuine, you know it and you feel it, and everything adds up, and you don't have to really worry about whether they have a different agenda for using you in any way. So, and me and Ralene have been in that traveling planner, and actually our planner got lost last month, and that was very sad to many individuals. So I recreated that. But with that being said, like I said, all of the women support each other in so many ways. So the original girl that created the planner has so much going on. I just stepped in and took over. And I said, I'll create it, don't worry. And all of them were kind, saying like, can we Venmo you money so you can repurchase stuff? I'm like, no, I got it. I'll take care of it. No problem. But how many groups do you have of different type of hobbies who are this almost, I don't even know what to say, but almost like loving each other, like sisterhood, like a true sisterhood.
Yeah. And we find that in For the Love of Planners as well. I mean, obviously the two of us, I mean, I in the last month or so, I don't think there's a day that we weren't chatting somehow or another, you know. And so the connection between us has been really great. And then For the Love of Planners, we're it's the same thing. And so I just think it's really great that this community is awesome, and we're here for one another, and we're just so happy for what is going on. But we want to make sure that those of you that are watching now, that you know that the challenge is the You Are in Control sticker challenge. Whatever that means to you. That could be a list, that could be a planner, that could be whatever that works for you. And use the hashtag and tag Kasha and myself in it, and so that we could see what you're doing, and we, you know, and then watch us as well, so that you can see a lot of the different things. You'll probably see us lose control in our videos.
We might, but we might not.
Thank God for editing. We can cut it out.
Yeah, well, yeah, we can cut it out. Sometimes I choose to leave those imperfections
Me too.
because
Me
this
too.
is what makes us, right? And
Yeah.
I know that when I watch other planners, sometimes they edit everything, especially those bullet
Yes.
journalers, right? They edit everything, and I'm like, how do you never mess up? Like,
Yes.
how is that possible?
Yeah.
But at the
I mess
same
up.
time,
Yeah, I mess up.
I mess
I
up.
leave it in there too. My daughter is a planner also, and she's in the For the Love of Planners group. If you guys haven't noticed her, we have the same last name, but she's quiet and I'm not. And so, and she told me, "Be careful, Mom. Don't edit out everything, you know." And so I listen to her, and she also tell me certain things not to do. I don't like that kind of stuff, and so I listen to her a little bit. So
Yeah, and all of us have a different style too. I
yes,
do a lot of voiceovers.
right.
That's because I enjoy my planning quietly.
Oh, okay. All righty.
So when I plan, I like to be focused, I like to be intentional, I like to actually think about my plans and where things go.
Oh,
So I
okay.
don't like to talk through this. So then
Uh-huh.
afterwards, I go and actually add a voiceover.
Okay, so that's good to know, and especially when people, I like to. I'm a talker, so if I'm telling you why I do this and blah 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 blah. God, you know, so I love that. And then the bad thing about it is later I'm like I talk too much, and so I want to cut that out because I talk too much, you know. And so and my grandkids are planner babes too. My granddaughter's a planner babe,
Oh
and
my
she'll
God.
tell. And she'll tell me she knows all about Kelliver Plan and planning with bumbles and everything. And she'll tell you, Mom, they do this. Granny, they do this. And you need to do this and whatever. So, and you notice that we talk with our hands now. And so, so that's another thing that we do. So yeah. And so I love being able to record that way, and it's less editing for me, but I love the fact that we all have different ways, and it's great.
Yeah, everybody has their own style, and
Yes.
everybody has their own audience that gravitates towards that because
Exactly.
of that. So
Well, we didn't want to stay too long, but we wanted to come on and we wanted to invite you all to join our challenge. This is our first challenge together that just officially, and we did a live. And so we hope that you'll join us. And I hope that you will also continue to be a part of what is happening within the community. If you're not a subscriber of RaleneCreates, please go ahead and subscribe. And Kasha?
and if you're not a subscriber of Plannerista101, go subscribe and hit that notification
It's a
bell so you
bell.
don't miss anything that we create for both
Yeah.
of us.
Exactly.
And you can also follow us on Instagram with the same names. And again, if you need anything, please reach out. Both of us respond quite quickly to pretty much anything that you guys say or post.
Yes. Well, we appreciate you, Angie and Sin. We thank you so much. I will continue to pray for you and hope for the best through all of this that we're going through. Because remember, you are in control.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.